Hello students,
So, ma'am,
today we are going to start one new topic. Starts from one new topic as basic concepts of physics. Let me share you that file from my device. That is basic concepts of physics. Okay, then let me share my screen. Likewise, now I am going to my PPT. That is this one, that is basic concepts of physics. Okay, it is some concepts that is from basic physics. Energy. Energy, the ability of an object to do work. It is measured in terms of joules. Hello students, are you visible PPTs? Yes, the energy, the ability of an object to do work. Unit of energy, joules. When we study the energy or any concept from physics, we have to study its subtypes as mechanical energy. This energy is related with movement and position, whereas the chemical energy is stored in chemical bonds. Now energy, the thermal energy, heat energy stored in materials at a certain temperature is known as heat energy. Now, nuclear energy. It is produced from the splitting of atoms. Next type, radiant energy. Energy traveling the form of electromagnetic waves. Next one is electric energy. That is the energy traveling as the flow of charged particles. These are the different types of energy. While we are studying the concept as energy, then these are the different types of energy. The next concept is work done. Work is done when a task produces a change in energy. It is the correlated among energy and work. Work is done when a task produces a change in energy. It is work, and therefore work and energy are correlated with one another. Now the factors affecting work done are application of a force for a particular object and the movement of the object by that force over a distance. It is the idea clear of the work. Now work is defined in another way as it is the product of force and distance. Hence it is written in this way on the board like work is equal to force into distance. In notation form, it is W is equal to F into D. Again it is measured in terms of joule and 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter. 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter. That is the work requires a distance is 1 Newton meter. If this unit 1 Newton meter is formed according to this RHS of this formula, that is force is measured in Newton and distance is measured in meter, and that is why 1 joule work corresponds to 1 Newton meter. It is the about unit of work. Now the next one, how much work is performed over a period of time? Power, that is the third term, power. This power is defined as how much work is performed over a period of time. Therefore, power is equal to work upon time. In notation form, P equal to W upon T, that is P for power, W for work, and T for time. Hence it is written as P equal to W upon T. It is power is having units watts, and hence 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. It is again 1 joule per second is formed with the help of RHS of the above equation as watt in joule and per time, that is per second, and therefore 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. That is unit of energy is joule, unit of work is Newton meter, and unit of power is joule per second or either watt. Now next one, power can also be converted to units of horsepower. Generally, it is denoted by HP. Now the standard relation between horsepower and that of the watt is given by 1 HP is equal to 750 watt. That is HP corresponds to horsepower. Whenever we are going to see the water motors in our home also, that is 0.5 HP, 0.5 HP, 1 HP, 2 HP as per need, then it is 1 HP is equal to approximately 750 watt. In the following chart, we are taking some examples in order to define the horsepower. First example is coffee maker. That is, it is equal to 0.75 HP motor is there. In the machine, like a mixer, like a coffee maker, if that motor which runs coffee maker machine is having the power is equal to 0.75 horsepower. Blender, that is the having power 1.5 HP. Whereas lawn mower means whenever in order to work in the garden, that lawn mower machine is having the motor is of approximately 5 to 6 horsepower. Whereas Corvette is having the motor of power greater than or equal to 400 horsepower. These are some of the examples of defining the power in terms of horsepower. Next one. The amount of work done by an object does not depend on the path taken. Energy is defined in another way as it is the amount of work done by an object does not depend on the path taken. Work depends only on the object's starting and ending points. As work is done on an object, the object itself gains the opportunity to do work. It is somewhat the collective definition or description of the term energy. Next, again there are some examples of energy. A bowstring drawn back on a bow, winding an alarm clock, raising the arm on a pile driver. All of these objects now have the ability to do work. Hence, those all are included under the examples of energy. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, and well explained.
Okay. PPTs are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I am moving to this mechanical energy. Mechanical energy, that is the energy of movement and position. Mechanical energy is defined as energy of the movement and position. That is the movement of any object and exact position of that object. Depending upon these two, one can define the mechanical energy. There are two major types of mechanical energy. One is potential energy and second one is kinetic energy. Now first I have to define the potential energy. In short but sweet form, the potential energy is exactly equal to the energy of position you mean to say. Once I am calling potential energy, exactly in one word, the exact definition of or description of potential energy is the energy of position. Now, second one is the kinetic energy. Now, in single word, the exact description or definition of kinetic energy as the energy of motion. In the first sentence of this slide, I am defining that mechanical energy as the combination of energy of movement and energy of position. Now again there are two subcategories, potential energy as the energy of position and kinetic energy as the energy of motion. Next one. Now again in detail I have to define potential energy. Gravitational potential energy, the potential due to elevated positions, that is change in position, you can say that. Now in short, potential energy is denoted by the notation P dot E dot. Generally this P and E is written as in capital form or in capital letters, and therefore PE is equal to the product of mass, gravity and height. Again in notation form, the same equation can be written in simplified form as PE is equal to mgh, that is m for mass, g for gravity and h for height. Hence this PE is equal to mgh. From that the product, it is the product of three quantities. Now the product of first two quantities, that is mass into gravity, in another way it is defined as the weight. It is defined as the weight, that is weight is the product of mass and gravity. Now by using this weight is equal to mass and gravity, this above formula becomes PE is equal to mgh, mg is the weight and therefore it is equal to PE equal to weight into height. Do you clear these three equations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. PE is equal to mass into gravity into height. That is in notation form, PE is equal to mgh. From that, weight is equal to mass into gravity. There means W is equal to mg, and therefore the potential energy is simplified in the form weight into height. And therefore on the same slide I am writing the formula for potential energy in three different ways as well explained in this slide as PE equal to mass, gravity, height. P equal to mgh means P is equal to weight into height. Now next one. It is defined in the diagrammatical form in this way. I am taking here the one slant position of this. From lower height to higher height, one girl by taking one box in her hand, he is going up. At the same time to the baseline, one boy student is there. He is lifting that box from lower level to higher level. That girl is increasing from lower level to higher level with that box, and the boy is standing at the base and he is lifting up that box. When both boxes are at equal height, then the potential energy of the box in hand of the girl is exactly equal to the potential energy of the box in the hand of that particular student, and therefore here PE balances both. Basically the potential energy depends on height. Now here in this picture the height of both the boxes is equal, m is equal, g is equal, and hence h is equal, and that is why mgh product to the LHS is exactly equal to mgh product to the RHS, and hence in short it is defined with this diagram as potential energy of both objects at same height is equal. It is the clarification of this potential energy. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then kinetic energy. Objects in motion are capable of doing work. It is again the simplified definition of kinetic energy. That is, it is related to the motion of the object. Hence, it is defined as objects in motion are capable of doing work. In general, kinetic energy, in short, is denoted as capital K, capital E, that is Ke is equal to 1/2 into mass into velocity square. In notation form, it is Ke is equal to 1/2 mv square. It is the formula for kinetic energy. The formula for potential energy as Pa equal to mgh or weight into height. On similar way, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. Then, kinetic energy. The velocity of the object is squared when determining Ke. Once I have written in the previous slide as Ke is equal to 1/2 mv square, then the first line on the present slide gives its explanation as the velocity of the object is squared when determining Ke in notation form and in description form. Now, if the velocity of the object is doubled, that is, its kinetic energy is 1/4, or you can say quadruple. When velocity is double, velocity of the object is double. At the same time, kinetic energy is quadruple due to the relation of Ke and velocity as Ke is equal to 1/2 mv square. Next one. Since we are studying here energy, types of energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, then ultimately we come to the energy conservation. As you all already know what is energy conservation. In general form, energy conservation is defined as energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but energy can change from one form to another form. It is the basic law of conservation of energy. It is defined in this slide, that is law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, only changed from one form to another form. Now, potential and kinetic energy are constantly transforming back and forth. Potential and kinetic energy means while we are going towards the energy conservation, at that time there is a concept of total energy. Now, what is total energy? The total energy is nothing but addition of potential and kinetic energy. Hence, that sentence coming in this slide as potential and kinetic energy are constantly transforming back and forth. When we call as the energy conservation or energy is conserved, at that time the total energy of that particular event should be constant. And when we are calling as a total energy, ultimately into bracket, it is equal to the addition of potential energy and that of the kinetic energy. Hence, the total energy is equal to constant, means the energy is conserved or energy conservation is valid. Now, most of the time during this transformation, some energy is turned to heat and transferred out of the system. Most of the time during this transformation, means during the energy change from one form to another, what will exactly happen? Some energy is turned to heat and transferred out of the system. It is something about the energy conservation. Now it is again graphical presentation or diagrammatic presentation of energy conservation. At the top of this graph, it is the picture. When it is going down, again it is up, again down, and so on. That is according to 1/2 mv square. That is defined as a kinetic energy, which is related to motion. And when we are considering the height, we can measure the potential energy by Pe equal to mgh. And therefore, Pe is equal to mgh. K is equal to 1 half mv square. The total addition should be constant. That is the total energy. Now that is called as the energy conservation. Now here I am relating this kinetic energy and potential energy in this way according to height and the relative motion. P is related to the height and K is related to the relative motion, and therefore here there are 5 different stages in order to define the correlation between kinetic energy and that of the potential energy. Some values are here. As we are seeing here, when kinetic energy is 0, then when kinetic energy is 0, then the potential energy is maximum. When potential kinetic energy is equal to 2500, then potential energy is 75200. As I told before 2 minutes, as the addition of kinetic energy and potential energy should be equal to total energy and equal to constant, it is valid here in this expression or in this diagram as Ke plus P is always equal to constant. Here we are taking the addition is equal to 10,000 joule, and therefore it is equal to this. In each step, the addition of both is constant, and that is the exact example or exact presentation of law of conservation of energy. I think you clear this idea. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, I am moving towards the work energy theorem. Since I am starting this lecture from energy, work, power, their correlation, law of conservation of energy, then in this step I am coming to work energy theorem. This work energy theorem is having more importance in the electromagnetism. Work energy theorem. It is the basic theorem in order to define that electromagnetism. What is it? It is the change in gravitational potential energy of an object is equal to the amount of work needed to change its height. Amount of work needed to change its height. It is called as work energy theorem. Once we are calling as a work energy theorem, ultimately in that theorem work will be there, energy will be there. Once we are calling energy, it is the total energy, potential plus kinetic energy. Now we are correlating this work and energy by the following formula. Work is equal to del PE. Therefore, work is defined as the product of force and displacement, whereas change in potential energy or simply potential energy is the product of mass, gravity and height. And hence in this formula, F3 is equal to mgh, means work is equal to potential energy. The kinetic energy of moving object is equal to the work the object is capable of doing while being brought to rest. Means work energy theorem is defined in another way as kinetic energy of moving object is equal to the work the object is capable of doing while being brought to the rest, and hence it is given as W is equal to kinetic energy or F3 is equal to 1/2 mv square. In previous slide I have given the equation as W is equal to del P. Here I am giving W is equal to del P, and therefore F3 is equal to 1/2 mv square, and in the previous slide F3 is equal to mgh. Now in previous slide equation and this equation, LHS are same as WW and RHS are different. LHS is same as F3, and then one RHS is 1/2 mv square and another RHS is mgh. Once this first F3 is equal to mgh, F3 is equal to 1/2 mv square. Since LHS are equal, we are equating their RHS. So that is work energy theorem. Putting these two ideas together gives the general work energy. Which two ideas? Do you clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which two ideas? That is W is equal to P, W is equal to Ke. Since W is equal to F3, first F3 is equal to mgh, second F3 is equal to 1/2 mv square, and therefore these two ideas are correlating here and gives the general work energy theorem. It may be defined as if no change in energy occurs, then no work is done. It is obvious. It is obvious. If no change in work energy occurs, no work done is done. Whenever work is done, there is change in energy. These two are interrelated to one another. I hope so you clear this concept.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, here I am clearing you all these concepts as work, energy, power, work energy theorem, and now with this I am stop sharing them. Any queries do you have, students?
Ma'am, will you share Google form, means Google quiz of this PPT?
Yes, I will share you the Google form of this PPT. Sure.
And ma'am, can you share this PPT also through WhatsApp
Yes,
or classroom?
Yes, sure. By any means, I can share my PPT of this lecture.
And ma'am, tomorrow's topic?
Tomorrow's topic is we have to clear the ideas of, we have to see in detail, that is types of energies.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Today's I have to complete my lecture as basic concepts on status physics.
Okay.
Any doubt again?
No, specially, ma'am.
Okay. I will share you this PPT on your either email ID or as you like, by which mode I will share this PPT, and we will meet tomorrow again. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.